Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everybody. We're back at our on-point conversations with me. Kamusta po kayong lahat dyan? If you're in the Philippines, if you're in the US, and what other time? Lahat dyan. If you're in the Philippines, kung anong ang time, ano nyo ang tawag doon? If whatever um time you have in your region. Oh my goodness, I can't speak today. I was suffering for a migraine for the past couple of days, and so I'm trying to get the back to the scheme of things and working at the same time. So I am so happy to be here with you today. And if you are watching, please say hello, hi, wave, have comment, so I know that you all out there are blessed and were able to wake up to a beautiful Wednesday morning once again. So open office hours with me. You have any questions regarding real estate, entrepreneurship, any thoughts that you might have? Perhaps you're wanting to buy a house right now, you wanted to sell a house right now. This is a good time for us to have a conversation. I can bring you on screen if you have valid thoughts and ideas you want us to discuss over on the air. So again, welcome. This is On Point Conversations with Janice Jimenez. I'm glad that you're here today. So first up, I have an event that I want to share with you. I'm so excited. This is going to be next week already, and it will be held in Houston, Texas. As you guys know, I'm part of the coalition of the Filipino American Chambers of Commerce, and it is a coalition. It's a conundrum. It's a group of Filipino American chambers all across America coming together in Houston so that we can have a power up convention. What it is we as like minded individuals, most of these are the officers, board of directors of each of their chambers, and we come together once a year so we can combine our thoughts together. We can share best practices. We can also um, tell the world what we're all about. See, this convention, we have a theme. It's called Me Mom. It's make it happen, make us matter. We collectively, as Filipino, need to have a voice in either political or environmental and social issues because, first of all, Filipino Americans make up first top three of the highest grossing income earners all across America. We have been the silent minority for a little while now, and I think it's time for us to wake up. We need to be assertive and take our stand because we all are Philams, meaning we live here. Most of us are American citizens, so why not have a voice for the matters that can affect us collectively as a whole? Again, we are very powerful, so it's time to take on that power and be heard, be heard. So I wanted to share some videos with you regarding this event. It's going to be for next month. Again, it's a powered convention of the Filipino American Chambers of Commerce, and it will be held in Houston, Texas. Watch this. there we go. No audio again. I always forget to unmute myself. So anyway, I was just saying that if you are entrepreneur, if you are a film that is concerned about how we are being represented in a bigger scheme of things here in the United States, you want to be heard, you want to be somebody who wants to take a stance and take your place as a Filipino citizen who lives in America, who has every right to vote, to voice out your opinions, your power, and whatever it is that you can make an impact to the community, come join us, become a part of a Filipino American Chambers of Commerce, and then be a part of the coalition of the Filipino American Chambers of Commerce. So that's where we're at today. So I hope you want to come and join us. I'm going to, let me see, if you want to join us, just go ahead and please send me a direct message via this chat, via direct messaging, via my phone number. Everybody knows that. Or you can text Regal to 26786 to talk to me. You can book a 15-minute session with me there. You can also download, or you can get all my information, social medias, and email, phone number, and any which way to contact me. You can also be able to find our YouTube channel, which is the Real Estate Gal. And we have a lot of, my goodness, this year is going to be really, really exciting. I have been talking to a partner of mine, and we're going to be pushing out huge real estate event here in Los Angeles and in the Las Vegas area. So essentially, the entire California and Nevada is going to be invited to these two events. And it's a real estate convention type, expo type event. If you want to be first to be part of that, early bird specials are available. Go ahead and message me if you want to be a part of these events. Anyway, I can't give you too much information on that just yet because it's still in the works and we are preparing everything. So once we launch it, it's full force. You're gonna see it's something really exciting. I've been that's been on my mind for a long time, and I'm just so happy that now it's going to become a fruition. Let's see. I wanted to just do a quick check if anybody has any questions for us here. Okay, no questions just yet. So we're gonna go on ahead, and I wanted to give you a small some presentation on about business, about being a small business here in the United States. I think it's timely for us to talk about that, and I hope you can get some nuggets out of it. What I'm trying to do is to do a slideshow here. And it is on my PowerPoint. So again, I'm gonna have to share screen at some point. Maybe it's a window, is it? Okay, presentation, and then a slideshow here. Believe me, I am trying to be savvier each time, but each time I find myself needing some help in doing this. All right, so let's see. What do you see on your screen there? Is that the presentation? Is this the window that you see? Okay, come on now. Share. All righty. There we go. I think we are getting somewhere. Let me see. Play from the start. There. Can you see? It went back to my screen. Let me do that one more time. Share a screen and a window and a PowerPoint slide. And there we go. Wow. Okay, I did it. So what we have here is the slides representing the small and medium-sized businesses in the major drivers of the global economic growth. So what is going on here is that over 90% of the businesses population represents small and medium-sized businesses. This is in the entire United States, folks. So it is a fact that these small businesses are the real pulse of the nation's economy. Only 10% is owned by huge corporations, the uh, the top earners or the top grocers when it comes to retails and businesses. The big names that you know are only 10%. 90% of the business's population represent the small to medium sized businesses. Oh, my goodness, there's a lot. So, how many small businesses are out there? Let me see. So, there are 32.5 million small businesses within the United States. And as of 2021, the SBA reported 32.5 million small businesses within the United States. Hundreds of thousands of small businesses both open and close annually. Hundreds of thousands both open and close annually, but it has maintained a net increase over the past couple of years. So between March 2010 and 2020, 2010 and 2020, March 29th, sorry, oh my God, March 2019 and 2020, during the pandemic um, years, there was a net increase of 42,650 new small businesses here in the United States. Can you believe that? So basically, people woke up during the pandemic saying that I'm going to open my own small business today during those 2 year period of time during the pandemic. So this is a revelation for most of us because people thought that during the pandemic everything closed, nothing happened. But in reality, business minded individuals have taken their first step to open up and start their small businesses during the most critical period of time in our economy. So that tells us a lot, right? But now let me tell you, the failure rates of people in the business. So if you can see in my slide here, first year of the business, 20% of people who start their business stop, quit in the first year. In year two, if you are going on your 24 months in your business, there's a 30% chance of you quitting that. On year five, 50% chance. And then in 10 years, 70% chance. That's really it's a scary number, isn't it? So the industry with the highest survival business rates are in the healthcare and social assistance, which means that these companies are have a lot more chances of staying in business because they're a need. Healthcare will always be there. The need for healthcare will always be there. People will need to have doctors. They're gonna need to have treatments. They're gonna need to have preventive care. They need to have treatments. They need to have drugs for their ailments. They need to have, again, there's no point of me trying to elaborate on this, but people need healthcare. So that's going to stay for a long time, forever. So if you're in the healthcare industry, chances are you're going to stick around for a long time, 65% of the time. And they are profitable. And 35% of the time, they're not profitable. So why? Because this is probably the reason why most businesses fail as well is because you don't have systems in place. You don't have the proper knowledge on how to run your businesses properly, and you don't have a coach, you don't have a mentor, you don't have a proper team to run it, you don't have accountability systems, stuff like that, which again it would be achievable if you have the right preparation when you start your business. If not, that's fine too. You can just jump on ahead and get all the resources that you need to get your business moving forward. So small businesses related to healthcare and social assistance have 85% chance of surviving in their first year. So by year five, 60% will survive. The industry with the lowest first year survival rate is the transportation industry, where only 75% survive in their first year. But by year 5 in the industry, only 30% of the transportation businesses are still around. So that's, I think, the Uber business, the transportation, but I think Uber is going to be around a little while too, because they have revolutionized in how they do the business. They don't own the cars, they don't employ the drivers. These drivers are contractual workers, and they own their own cars. So essentially, Amazon and Uber, they have the right business model in mind when they put this business together. So here we are again, 65.3% of small businesses are profitable. They are the ones that aren't making money. And the 35% needs help. So if you're on the 35%, you know what to do. You need to reach out and find resources to give your business a boost. And perhaps in a healthcare related field such as myself, I think what you need is either an urgent care or the ICU, the intensive care for your business. So again, I'm gonna do a shameless plug. If you are in the 35% range, not making money in your business, please reach out to a coach, a mentor, someone who can help you turn your business around. Please, you've already invested time and money and resources, and perhaps even the time and love of your family around you. You have done so much investment already, but you're not profitable. Please do this one last Hail Mary. Please hire a coach who can help you flip the switch and get your business going through. I'm one of them. So if you are looking for one, look no further. I've been in business for over 20 years now, and I have run and operated several of them, thriving businesses. So I know a thing or two on how to get you going in your own business if that's something that you want me to help you with. And I'll be more than willing to work with you on your budget. So, the next slide that I'm going to be talking to you about is very, very important. Please, if you are just scrolling, come back to this post later on and watch this, because I'm going to talk about 7 reasons why serious entrepreneurs need a business coach. See, because I talked about the numbers, I talked about the statistics. These numbers do not lie. So, I wanted to just give you a brief presentation on why they need a coach, because of these reasons. Okay. um First one of them is, and this was from entrepreneur.com. I didn't make this up. Okay, guys. Most of the presentations that I do are properly resourced and properly researched. So I just don't make things up for you so that I can share something with you. These are the products of my research, the products of how I'm also enriching myself as your coach. So if you're missing valuable guidance, if you don't find yourself one. Okay, so I'm gonna do a quick one for you. So a good business coach helps inform you of your strategy. So do you even have a strategy in your business? Let me ask you that. That's the one thing that I want to talk to you about. Do you know what you're going to do once you start your business? Not a question, right? But it is a very valid question for me to ask. So, a good business coach helps inform you of your strategy. If you haven't done one yet, you need to start making one. Start with your vision, and then go for your mission, go for your goals, and then go for your plan. So, those 4 things are your never ending cycle. You always have to go back to these things so that you know if you are on the right direction for your business. If you are just making things up as you go along, it's like having spaghetti, throwing up against the wall, hoping something sticks. That's not the way to do your business. That's not a good strategy either. So what happens is, when you find yourself a coach who is kind of in line in what you're doing in the business, they probably already have done, they have tried, they have paid, they have invested on these things that you are only thinking of doing, you probably have done already. But they could have told you, don't do that, or maybe do this other thing. This one worked for me, maybe it'll work for you. So, guys, that saves you a whole bunch of time, money, effort, and frustration. I have, believe me, I speak from experience. I have done that many, many times over. I have failed many, many times over. But and I'm not afraid to admit that I failed many, many times over, because that's how you succeed, is that you fail and you learn from these mistakes and then start over again. So that's how a business coach can really help you find your way through navigating the business process. Okay. And then let me miss next slide. Next slide would be, if I can get it to move here. Come on, slide. And there you go. They will help you identify your strengths and weakness. So what I do with my clients is that we have a SWOT system. So we identify the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and then we try to figure out what to do after that. So we together, if you were my client, will do this, and then we do our strategies basing on this and do our plans basing on that. We want to strengthen, we want to capitalize, leverage your strength, and we want to switch that weakness into something that you're good at, or perhaps leverage on somebody else who are stronger on that field. We want to see if you can turn your weaknesses into strengths as well. So these are the things that you need to be thinking of when you are looking, if you are auditing your business, because if you are, again, that 35 percentile that you're not making profits in your business, these are the things that you have to put a microscope on your businesses. So it's not a science, ladies and gentlemen. It's not difficult. It is difficult, though, if you don't acknowledge that there is an issue in the business, and you're not willing to reach out and ask for help. So that's detrimental to any business. Let's see. So business coaches fill a unique and necessary role. So again, I think this comes without, we should not come with any explanation. So they are not your friends. They are not your family. They are not being hired to give you validation. You're not hiring your coach to do the work for you. But a coach is somebody who can show you the right way to do things, can be an outsider looking in your business. They are going to be very objective and looking at it and give you what your an analysis of how your business is doing, as well as giving you an opportunity to shine and do the best that you can do. If you can imagine athletes and their coaches, why do athletes need a coach, right? Most of the time is that the coach is not as good as an athlete can be, or the potential of the athlete, but the coach can see that athlete's potential. Therefore the athlete trains them, the coach trains the athlete. The coach makes sure that the athlete is accountable. The coach makes sure that the athlete is doing what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to be exercising. They're supposed to be watching their diet. They're supposed to be up at a certain time. They should be the do's and the don'ts that the coach is making sure that the athlete is being accountable for. So this is also the same relations with the business person, the entrepreneur, and the coach. So not necessarily you're hiring somebody and then you're expecting the coach to do the work for you. That does not work that way. But in any case, these are when champions are made, right? These are when the coach makes somebody off the street, somebody just have the potential to really, really reach out and bring the talent forward and make the best out of the person, which that person cannot do on their own. So that's what the business coach can do for you. So I think the next one would be the next tip that I could give to you is find a coach that is somebody who has say the life that you already the life that you want, that they're already living, the one that is aligned with your values, the one that is aligned with your style, and the one that resonates with you, because you can hire any coach out there. If they don't get you, you don't get them. Every time you have a conversation, you don't click, you're not vibing in the same frequency, that will also become very ineffective and again very expensive for you. So find someone who you can have a very good relationship with, because that is what's going to happen. You're going to have a relationship, not just an employer relations with your coach, but even closer than that, closer than a friend, because a friend will tell you stuff that you will only tell you stuff you want to hear. But one main factor is that you need to have the same frequency, same vibe. So the conversation sometimes, which sometimes could be very painful to hear, doesn't need to be taken with resistance, because basically, if you don't like the person you're hearing it from, no matter what they say, even if it makes a lot of sense, just because of the premise that you don't really relate with the person, you're not going to hear what they're going to say. So that's also very important. So uh business coaches fill a unique role in your life. Next is that the coaches are not afraid to challenge you. I think I'm going to go back to the example of a coach and an athlete. The coach will challenge you and make sure that you're outside of your comfort zone. It it's just not going to work if the coach is just going to be there to make you feel good. They're not going to make you feel good all the time. They will celebrate with you on your wins, but they're not afraid to challenge you for more. They're not going to be afraid to push you to outside of the limits you think you have limits for. You have the one of their job is to break you out of your limiting beliefs, your own limiting beliefs that you have in your mind. So a change of mindset is what coaches are there to help you with. So along the lines of they're not afraid to challenge you, business coach can also prepare to hold you accountable. See, it's not just they're going to be a contrarian to you, they're always going to not agree with you, but they're going to make you accountable. If you said you're going to do this, you're going to have to do this, because otherwise, whatever we're doing here is just, you know, not going to work. It's just, we're just playing around, or we're just kidding ourselves, right? So a business coach is prepared to hold you accountable. So I know that you have teams, you have family members, but they love you too much to hold you accountable. You're the boss. So they may be afraid to hold you accountable. If you are the decision maker of your business, again, it's difficult to find somebody you're going to be accountable for if you are the person signing the checks. So a business coach can hold you accountable and not be afraid to do it, because that's part of their job. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why you need a business coach. So the next slide talks about coaching making you feel better? And I kind of want to just elaborate on that really quick, because it's not, again, the coach is not there to sugarcoat stuff for you. The coach is not there to validate you. The coach is not there to give you likes and impressions and all that. But they'll make you feel better once you accomplished goals, once you accomplished your mission, once you hit your personal goals that you've set at the beginning of your relationship. You're gonna make you feel better. Plus, you're going to feel better on your own self anyway, because of the achievements that you've made for yourself. So if you need improvements, or if your business needs improvements, um it's almost like, are you familiar with Alcoholics Anonymous, right? Or these Narcotics Anonymous. The first thing they do is for you to admit that there is a problem. So if you as a business person looks at your business and say, oh, my business is running fine and we're going to be good, then you're not going to be a good candidate to have a business coach, because there is no room for improvement there. But if you get a business coach, a good business coach's job is to really unlock, or super um or give you superpowers in a way, to unlock the potential for yourself or your business. Most solopreneurs, you are your own business. So you can't just look in the mirror and see that for yourself. You can't just look in the mirror and say, I can improve here and there. Some of us can, but believe it or not, there are things that a coach, an experienced coach, can see that you can't. So that's the next slide. Uh, a business coach would unlock your business's full potential. That's only because they can give you an objective perception, not from your own point of view. But a great business coach will unlock your business's full potential, and it will be something that's very invaluable for your business. Again, you may have been running your business for a long period of time, but if you compare it to you using the same cologne, same perfume for very long period of time, you become nose blind. You don't even smell it anymore. You don't know the distinction anymore. You even forget that you're wearing it a lot of times, or you forget to put it on because you don't see these things anymore. Only because you're on it, you are constantly exposed to it. A fresh eye would give you a lot of different perspective that you haven't seen before. And so again, that's the seventh reason why you should get a business coach. So anyway, that is my speech, my presentation, my conversation today. I don't see anybody having any questions. Again, it's open for you guys to send me a message if you have any questions. And before that, let me give you a report. Oops, let me get out of here. Let me give you a report on today's mortgage rates. Wrong one. Nah. Nope, not that one. Okay, there you go. So let me look in my files here to give you what today's mortgage rates are. And we're also offering now HELOCs, the home equity line of credit. So a lot of you have done refinancing in the last 2 to 3 years, and I bet you have interest rates in the twos, threes, or fours. Those don't exist anymore. So if you're going to refinance, don't expect that you're going to have a rate lower than what you already have. Now, for those who have 5%, 6%, there's still chance for you. If you're thinking of refinancing, call somebody who you can really look at your numbers, because sometimes it's still going to be beneficial even if your rate is going to be higher. First example, if your rate is around 4.5, and then we're going to be able to give you 5.5 or 6% on a cash out refinance. You're cashing out because you now have accumulated some liabilities. I mean, what I mean with liabilities, if you have credit cards, student loans you need to pay for, you have car notes, and you have a personal signature loans or whatnot that you are paying more than 5% interest rate on, which I probably you're probably paying more than that. The credit cards alone averages between 20-21% per annum. So if you have higher interest rates on your credit cards and you're going to refinance and put that in there, that can probably mean that you can save some money. But again, we're going to have to run the numbers because it depends on how long you still have on your mortgage, your amortization schedule. And then we'll plug in those numbers to see if that even makes sense. If it does not make sense for you to refinance the entire mortgage, we'll keep your mortgage the same rate. What we're going to do is either first we can get a second lien mortgage, it's a second mortgage, or we can get a HELOC, which is the home equity line of credit. The difference of both is the second home loan, you will get a lump sum. You're going to be paying for that entire loan amount the whole entire time you're holding the second mortgage. It would be on top of your first one. So mortgage payment number one, and you're going to have mortgage payment number two. Most of the time, the second lien mortgage are also fixed rates. So you know exactly what you're going to need to pay for every single month. Now, the HELOC, the home equity line of credit, can be an option for you if you have, number one, your other liabilities vary from time to time. So basically, um, you know, when you use the credit cards, you pay, you pay in full and then use it again, pay in full, use it again. Or you have a small business, and this is a great way to fund or to give your business a boost, a capital, if you have equity in your home. Because first of all, those rates are going to be a lot lower than your regular business loans that you can get. And secondly, that also becomes part of your home loan, so you can have tax advantages from that. And third is that you only pay for the amount that you use. So you get like a checkbook, and then you write checks to whoever you want to pay, and then you only pay for the portion of the loan that you use. That's the line of credit, basically like a huge credit card, and then it's being tied against your house. And the only thing is it's usually an adjustable rate, so it's usually some points plus LIBOR, or 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 it could be just an adjustable rate based on whatever the index is that certain investor or banks use. So that again is something you need to talk to your loan officer about, and give you the best possible option that is available to you. There are ways, and this is going to be a little bit more advanced, to use your HELOC to actually um, pay your mortgage faster. So, I mean, I can show you that, but I can't do it right now. I don't have the examples prepared for you, but it has been done, and um, you can decrease your 30-year mortgage to a possibly 22-year mortgage by using HELOCs. And that usually saves you hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest if you follow instructions on how to properly do it. And you got to be willing to, kind of flex your budget there for a minute, and then have to change the way you pay your bills, and change the way how you receive your paychecks or your direct deposits. But there is a way, and it's really, really Amazing how you can incorporate that and reduce the amount of time that you're going to you pay off your house. And the best part is, for say an average $600,000 home loan, you can save a couple of $100,000 in interest just by using this strategy. But again, I can't do that here. That's an entire different presentation. One day perhaps I can do that, but today, the mortgage interest rate for a 30-year fixed mortgage for an A paper borrower, which means that you've been in your business for 2 years, or you've been employed for over 2 years, and you have an income, stable income. You have a credit score over 730, 740, and you have very little liabilities. So for these types of borrowers, you can avail a 30-year fixed rate of 6.98 today, and for 15-year fixed, it's 6.27 today. Now, if you're a VA, it's 6.61. So it's really not a good day to lock rates today. But again, if you have any questions regarding your own mortgage, your own plans of purchasing houses, your own plans of selling your home, just direct message me directly, and we can talk to you regarding your specific situation, or where you at now currently, so I can give you the most accurate and the most honest, and I tell you, honest evaluation on your particular situation and particular goals. So I think we are 47 minutes in our talk here, and I'd like to just say hello to the friends who are watching and are continuously uh, subscribing to what we are offering here at Real Estate and Financial Services. And I want to thank you for sharing your time with me, your lunch hour with me here in my channel. This is also being broadcast in JaniceJimenez.com. It's also being broadcast in the Real Estate and Financial Services website. The Facebook site, also in LinkedIn. And if you want to see the previous conversations, it is available in Real Estate Gal YouTube channel, the Real Estate Gal. You can find me there. And if you click on the lives, all of our episodes are there for you to watch. On the other hand, on the videos, there are over 100 video for you to watch, where you can learn things about real estate. I prepared some learning materials for you and resources for you there as well. So if you find that interesting, please go ahead and subscribe. Give me a like. Give me a reason to keep doing what I'm doing for you guys here. But again, I would like to thank you for sharing this lunch hour with me, and give me some ideas for our next conversations here at OnPoint Conversations with Janice. Thanks again for watching. And before I leave, I want to share the videos again for our event for the Power Up Convention of COFAC. It's going to be on May 31st to June 3rd in Houston, Texas. So I'm going to share that to you one. 1st to June 3rd in Houston, Texas. So I'm going to share that to you one. So I'm going to share that to you one. Alrighty, well, this is it for today, ladies and gentlemen. I will come back for you next Wednesday, and we will be in the convention at that time. So if situations are going to be difficult for me to do a live, then I'll prepare something for you to watch. If not, we will be there and I'll share with you what we're doing in the convention. So thanks again, and I'll see you guys very soon. See you again. Have a nice day and live life regal.